Good morning. Today we're at the Gardens of Your Imagination, Jardin de l'Imaginaire, and we're right now in front of the roses in the Joan of Arc section, and we're going to head up into the woodlands and into the main garden. Up ahead on the left, right here, is a greenhouse, and the roof is an architectural feature. It has been designed to reflect the clouds and the trees above it. I want to point out the fact that they left this dead tree, that it even brings art to the garden. Look at that. Just leaning over and down this slope with all the wildflowers below it. It's shed all of its bark. It's still lovely. We're sitting on a little bench on an observation point above the iris bed with an overlook of the cathedral and the roofs of the town, and can hear the fountains off in the distance. So these little plants are purple willows, and you can see the stem is purple. So how apropos. The rose garden, and they have all this wonderful pipe trellising that they've done, trained their climbers up central poles, and what's lovely is that they do have the grass so that you can walk and smell, which, what's the fun of having a rose garden if you can't walk through it and smell it? This is looks like all the first blooms on the irises, and they will put out 3, 4, sometimes if you're lucky 5, because if you see right here, it's a perfect example. Let me get out of my own way. Where this bloom was in its prime, this one was just starting to come out and begin. So where this one was, a second comes. Here's another good example where you see the second bloom coming up. The ground here is covered in wild strawberries. And there you see the beehives. So happy to see the beehives. I was wondering if they'd have any on property. Again, let's plant flowers for our pollinators. Okay, this is pretty fabulous to see. This tall fender stalk with these flat, slightly concave leaves. Here's some more. This is Sicilian garlic in bloom. Well, okay, that's everything here at the Garden of Your Imagination. I hope you saw some interesting things that gave you ideas about your own gardens at home. And I hope you, if nothing else, I hope you found out about plants or it stimulated your interest in some plants that you didn't know about. So this is Janet from Janet's Kitchen Garden. See you at the next garden.